Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your very first official online language arts lesson. This first one's going to be really short and sweet because I just want to get you after your reading exercises today. Okay, so we left off with Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry we finished chapter 6 together right before spring break. So we're going to be picking up with chapter 7. Some of you may have already read this over spring break or the last couple weeks, and that's totally fine. But just kind of give yourself a refresher, go back in, take a look at chapter 7, and then I'm going to tell you in just a second about what our literary analysis exercise is for chapter 7. If you want to listen to the audio version as you are reading, it's not me reading it out loud, I'm sorry, but it is the author herself, so it's a really great recording, and it gives us kind of a cool perspective knowing that she's reading it herself and gives us some of her emotions and her emphasis. But if you follow the link to the audio version, it's on PowerSchool. Go into the reading page under Roll of Thunder, and then there's a link to the online audio version. When you go in there, you're going to want to select, you're going to want to go into disc 4. Because we've already been through a couple discs with the start of the book, but you're going to want to find disc 4, and you're going to want to go in about 28 minutes. Right about the 28-minute mark is where chapter 7 is going to pick up. So if you want to listen along as you read, that's where you're going to want to start. Otherwise, you can read it independently. There's no requirement to listen to the audio version. Read chapter 7. After you read chapter 7, you're going to complete a literary analysis worksheet. Okay, it's one of them that was in the packet. You're gonna complete the character wheel. That's what we're looking at, and our focus today is on Cassie. She's our narrator. She's our first person narrator, telling the story through her eyes, through her perspective, all of that. We've learned a lot from Cassie so far. Remember, she's our 9-year-old, the only daughter in this family. We see everything kind of with her spunk and sass as she experiences all of this. So we're taking a look at Cassie, and if you remember, think back to our characterization notes and lessons. They should still be in your binders, so if you want to go back into those characterization notes, we talked a lot about direct and indirect characterization. So direct characterization is when the author specifically says, Cassie is rude, Cassie is afraid, right? It's right there in the story, in the narration, where the author tells us something about the character. And we're going to look on our character wheel a lot at the indirect characterization. That's where we draw our conclusions about our character and about Cassie through all of these other aspects. Okay, if you remember STEAL, the acronym STEAL, okay, through their speech, through their thoughts, through their actions, through their emotions, and through like the perspective of other people and their relationships and things like that. Okay, so your character wheel is asking you to do that about Cassie. What are the things that she's feeling? What are her character traits? Remember, character traits are like those adjectives to describe her. And I gave you a couple already, like spunky and sassy. She's strong, female character. Okay, what kinds of things does she like? What are her dislikes? What are those things? So fill out your character wheel. I'm going to give you a little shot of it here so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, this is our character wheel. You're going to be taking a look at this, filling that out. It does not need to be in complete sentences. Okay, so this is one time where it does not need to be in complete sentences, but what I am looking for is at least 3 to 4 minimum, 3 to 4 examples in each of those sections on the character wheel. Okay, so put some thought into this, put some time into this character analysis, because we're really looking to understand Cassie, because understanding Cassie helps us understand our story that much more. Okay, so after you've done chapter 7 and completed the character wheel, you can take a picture of it, email it to me, turn it in, share it with me somehow, and then dive into the second video that I will record. And in that, I'm going to go into a little bit of detail from stuff in chapter 7, call our attention to some of those key elements, make sure you understand some of the developments in the story. Okay, see you then. Bye.